Hello and welcome to our demonstration of index match for stock plan professionals. My name is Elizabeth Dodge and I'm going to be doing a quick demonstration of the index match function, which is similar to VLOOKUP, which helps you bring data from one source over to another source to compare it and is often used for reconciliations and such. So we're going to do a very quick demonstration. I have the formula actually in here and I'm going to wipe it out. So what we're doing, we're looking from this stock plan system shares granted. I want to go over and pull in from another source, from another tab in this case, the HR shares granted. And all I have in HR shares granted is I have the shares granted and then I have the ID. And the ID is actually to the right of the data I want to look up in this case, but with index match, that's not a problem. So let me show you how to use index match to pull that data in. I'm going to do equals index open parenthesis, and now I'm going to point at, as you can see down here in my little cheat sheet, I'm going to point at the column I want to return value from, which is over here. I want to return the shares granted. That's what I'm trying to compare. And I'm going to enter another comma, and then I'm going to say match, and another open parenthesis. I'm going to go back over to my source data, and I'm going to tell my source data, my lookup value, right there. I'm going to look up ID again. I'm going to point at my ID column, and I'm going to go back over to my target data and say match that column. And I'm going to close it with a comma, 0, paren, paren. This is a little less intuitive than VLOOKUP. You can see that I did pull back in the data that I wanted to match against. You can see that this particular ID, 1008, I didn't have a match, so just like VLOOKUP, I would get an NA. Let's go back over and confirm in my HR data. I do not have an ID 1008, which is why I did not get a match. And you can see for some of my other grants, when I compare, I can see that I didn't quite match up, so I may want to go back and correct my data. But again, it's really just index column I want to return value from, so that's in my source data, or my target data, match, and that's again in my source data, and then again target data. So index, paren, column I want to return value from, match my lookup value, comma, column I want to return value to look up against, comma, 0. And we're going to do that actually one more time quickly just to show you how it works. And it does take a little practice. I have found that index match has become a little more difficult, has been a little more difficult for me to master than VLOOKUP was, but eventually it does work. And the beautiful thing, besides it being faster and having a number of other advantages, it also lets you look up right to left instead of just left to right as VLOOKUP forces you to. So again, I'm doing an index, open paren. I'm going over to the place I want to get the value from, the data I want to match. I'm going to add a comma. Now I'm typing in match. I'm opening paren again. I'm going back over to my source data. I'm saying I want to match ID, another comma. I'm going back over to HR shares granted, and I'm saying this is where I want you to match against. Then comma, 0, paren, paren. And again, you have a little cheat sheet here, and also in the article this is associated with, and I'm just going to copy this formula down, and there we go. We get the same results I got before. So I hope this has been helpful. Please shoot us an email to info@sos-team.com with any questions or clarifications that you might need. Thanks so much.